Hi friends and new friends, Kimchi Chris here, and welcome to today's brand new episode where we're going to take a look at the present that Netflix and Sanrio have so recently and graciously bestowed upon us. That's right, Season 4 of Aggretsuko just dropped, a show that kind of looks like this. Nothing matters, everything's happy, it's gonna be a great day! But it can kind of make you feel like this. God, everything's horrible, emotions are hard, life is hard, what's gonna happen to all of us in the end? Is it even worth going on? And you already knew that if you've watched this show before, but if you are new to the franchise, this is a show about a little red fox, Aggretsuko, that works in a building in the accounting department and kinda hates her life, and she sings heavy metal on the weekends, and it goes from there. That at least was the original premise of the show, and that's essentially what the first season was. But we are on the 4th season, and this thing, oh boy, it has developed over time, and it has become a very dark show at times, a very insightful show at times, and honestly a show of hope at times. People seem to focus on the dark aesthetics of it and the kind of foreboding tone a lot of the episodes and just the general story takes it, but I think there's always hope in this show. There always seems to be a takeaway that you can do better if you just try a little bit harder and really grab your future by the horns and just yank on it. Now, I'm going to stay away from spoilers as much as possible in this episode today, but I will say that Season 4 pretty much picks up where Season 3 dropped off in the fact that there's a lot more character development. They not only focus on Aggretsuko this time, of course, but they concentrate on Haida a lot. And I don't know about you guys, I've always liked Haida. I can kind of relate to him, you know, the rock and roll guy that just kind of also has a job that maybe he doesn't like so much, but then he goes and plays punk rock and drinks with his friends and is awesome, and then he has a crush on a girl at work, but he can't really admit those feelings. I don't really have that thing going on, but the punk rock aesthetic while having to do other things to get by, I completely understand that, and it is a blessing that we get so much screen time from Best Boy on this season of the show. There's also a lot of focus on the pig manager, and if you haven't seen it, I'm not making fun of him. He's literally a pig. I forgot his name, but there's a lot of development on him in the story. I don't want to say what happens with him on the story to kind of make this focal point end up being on him, but there is a lot of focus on him, and it really makes you look at him different as a character. That might be a little bit spoilery, I don't know, but it seemed pretty early in the season, so do with that knowledge what you will. And there's also focus on some of the characters that have been present before, as well as some new ones and things like that, so it's a very character-driven season this season. Not that it hasn't been in the past, but I just feel this one really is a season that when we look at the show in the scheme of things, we're going to say that was a development season more than anything else. And of course there's Aggretsuko. They develop her as a character even more. She grows more. That's kind of par for the course at this point in the show. But one thing that's very interesting is that even though the metal is still alive with Aggretsuko, it's not a focus of the show as much anymore. Now, there's another part of this that, again, we're going to stay away from spoilers. There's another part of it that definitely kind of brings it back around, but I'm sure everyone remembers that's kind of where the first season was. The metal was a big focus. The characters were there, but the metal and the just difference between Aggretsuko at work versus Aggretsuko outside of work was a huge focal point. But at this point in the series, it's not as big of a thing, because you got to remember, this entire series in a lot of ways was kind of a meme from Sanrio in the early days. It was like, oh yeah, we're Sanrio. We're gonna put out a character that likes to drink beer, sing heavy metal, and hates her job. It's a Sanrio character for the current modern world. And who could blame them? Sanrio is a company and they've partnered with Netflix. Netflix is a company. They want to make money, but it's interesting that they have went from throwing characters out that look cute on shirts and make good plush dolls to making a character that still can look cute on a shirt and still make a plush doll of, but actually has some depth and some character to them. Notice that's the main word I've used about 1,000 times in this video, character. And I guess you could say that about any anime ever. What is an anime or a TV show or any form of art without characters? But this one is just so character driven, it's ridiculous. I think there are still people out there that look at this show and see the cutesy graphics and they avoid it. They don't watch it. And they're missing out. They really are missing out. I think anybody that's in that demographic of, I don't know, 20 years old to like even 50 years old, if you've ever worked at a job you hate, with people you maybe don't really like, but they somehow still become part of your life. There's something in here for you to relate to. It's a very relatable show. And again, that's just something that's bizarre from Sanrio. It's just bizarre, but maybe this is what they're going to do moving forward. I mean, why stop at a heavy metal singer? Why not have a hip hop artist? Why not have a pop artist? Well, again, no spoilers, but if you saw, well, you know what season I'm talking about. It's still related to the show. Nonetheless, they're doing a good job making something that actually has some depth and something that's easy to consume, because we haven't even talked about that yet, but these episodes are short and easy to digest, just like the previous seasons. Good job, Sanrio and Netflix. But because the season is so heavily focused on characters that were always present and always part of the story, but have become a bigger part of the series, it makes me wonder where the future of this awesome show will go, because guess what? Netflix has already teased / kind of confirmed that season 5 is coming, so I'm here for it. Are we going to continue to get it once a year? Because I'm here for it. Bring it every Christmas. Let it be our Christmas present every year, Netflix. Come on now. It makes all the sense in the world. Christmas is coming, you get some more Aggretsuko. Considering how hype I am on this, it should go without saying, this is one of the best anime series that you will watch this year. Every year in recent time, this has been one of the best anime series every year. The first season, I don't know that I considered that like top tier, but the second one got so real, it was the best that year. The third one, probably the best that year. Fourth one, there's a good chance it's the best one this year. I haven't watched too terribly many anime series this year, but it's right up there with the ones I have checked out, and that's including the retro stuff that I've been watching. So what else is there to say? Go watch this show. Go just drop everything you're doing, finish the video perhaps, and then go watch this show, because it's amazing. But for those of you that have watched this and just watched me rant about how awesome it is for the last couple of minutes, what did you think? Did you like Haida being more in the mix? Did you like Aggretsuko still being the main protagonist but taking a little bit of a backseat? And did you like the progression that it took? Even though there's no spoilers in this episode, I don't care if you put spoilers in the comments. Let's talk about this series, because I'm quite the fanboy of it now, and I cannot wait for season 5. What if we get a movie at some point? I mean, these seasons are kind of like movies because they're short episodes. You can just watch them all in one evening, knock them out in a night. But what if we get a movie? That would be something amazing. Of course, there's the Christmas special too. We gotta go watch that again, all of us. So with all that being said, let me know. Let me know all of that and more below. And if you are new here, you know what to do. Subscribe, thumbs up, notifications, all that stuff. Again, my name is Kimchi Chris, and see you on the next episode. Bye.